Welcome to Forgotten Popcorn, where we talk about movies that have made you forget eating your popcorn. Today we're talking about our Oppenheimer trip to 70mm IMAX. Guys.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Guys. How? Okay.
Hold on.
Yes.
Let me
Yes.
bring
Go.
this up. Before we jump into our experience, do you want to bring up your first experience?
Okay. So, I guess to kind of give some context, we all went to Toronto, basically 600 kilometers away, to watch 70mm IMAX Oppenheimer on the 28th, the Friday 20th. So a week after the release, it was on the Friday. The main reason I guess we went was, first of all, 70mm IMAX Oppenheimer, and second of all, the reason we chose that Friday is because of the film strips that you see on top. Yeah. I went on the Friday the week before, so I went on the 21st.
Opening day.
Yeah,
right?
opening day. I mean, the 20th.
Not the Thursday.
Not the
but
Thursday, which the Thursday is when they gave out the actual film
missed
strips.
it.
So I
Yeah,
missed it, and I was pissed.
Damn.
Because I was like planning the whole trip, and I bought my tickets for the Friday, thinking, if they do anything, it'd do for the Friday or anything,
Why
right?
would it be a Thursday? That's
Yeah.
They advertised the Friday on
Yeah.
posters and stuff. So like,
Yeah.
why not?
Oh man,
That's
But
wild.
anyway, so then on the Friday, me and my brother, my friend Matt, and my friend Parsa, we basically all, Parsa lives in Toronto, but anyways, we all drove all the way to Toronto to watch the movie in 70mm IMAX, 600 kilometers away. The opening night, I guess, it was crazy. It was such a crazy experience, and it was just so surreal to think that you just drove 600 kilometers to watch a movie, and then you're just gonna drive back.
6 hours there.
6 hours,
6 hours back.
6 hours back. That's it. My first experience, because it was before, it was my first time watching the movie. I was, I guess, one of the first people to see it in 70mm IMAX, I guess, because I guess I saw it on the Friday, right?
Yeah. That was
It was insane. There was people clapping at the end. People clapped all at the end. They were all clapping. I sat all the way in the back row, which was crazy to see the whole the whole screen, which was massive.
So big.
So big. It was so big to see especially from the back. You see that whole wide range. The audio wasn't perfect because I was all the way in the back, so it wasn't perfectly in the middle. Christopher Nolan actually pointed. I don't know if you guys saw. He pointed where he prefers to sit
I didn't see that.
Yeah. He made a little video basically saying where his preferred seating is, and it's pretty much where we sat, but closer to the middle.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was really cool. But yes, the trip was really, really sick. Got to go see it. Saw it in 70mm IMAX. Didn't get the reels, and then drove back. Crazy experience. First time watching it. It was surreal. But I do have to say, when we all went together, that was a different experience altogether.
That was a lot of fun.
It was crazy. It was up over the top what I was completely expecting, because I'd already seen it. So it just blew my mind even more seeing it that second time. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let one of you guys just basically start it from the beginning, because it was so crazy.
Go for it.
I guess I'll start it off because we Alvaro and I play on a soccer team together through the summer, and I had known of the release of it, obviously, and I watched it in the nicest theater that was available to me, which is just digital format, and it was a crazy ride to watch it. I did the Barbenheimer, if anybody's wondering. That was an experience and a half. Honestly, I wasn't really happy throughout the entire day. I was happy the movies were great, but the messages were not happy. So I was, that was an experience right there.
Barbenheimer was pretty fun to do.
It was an experience. I was expecting the highs and then the lows, or whichever way you did it. So if you did Oppenheimer first, the lows, and
what
then
did you do first?
I did Oppenheimer, then Barbie, and which was the better
same.
decision, because going from a 3-hour movie to an hour-and-a-half movie is you need that.
I would not have been able to do Barbie into Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
It would have been rough.
Yeah. So, anyways, needless to say, at one point after one of our soccer games, the Sunday, I don't even know what date that would have been. 9/20.
22nd. Because the 21st I went. The 22nd Saturday, 23rd. The Sunday, the 23rd. Yeah.
So the 23rd, Alvaro was just hey, I have tickets for this Friday, if you like, would you want to go?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah. I was like, sure. Like, what the hell? Like, why not?
Who would say no?
Right?
Like,
Like,
what?
Yeah.
Just like spur of the moment type of thing.
Yeah.
And Alvaro, I cannot pronounce your name right now.
Nah, it's fine.
Alvaro mentioned that he had other tickets, and we were thinking about like all these people, and like Will came up immediately. Like it was like one for one. It was just like, who wants to go? Will. Okay, good. All right.
Literally, yeah.
And so like, and like it's tough to get people to go because like that's not like an easy trip.
It's,
Like
it's a 6-hour trip there, 3-hour movie, 6-hour trip back. It's a 15-hour day total.
And we did it in the same day.
Yeah.
Like we didn't stay in Toronto.
No.
No, not for a second. We literally like the longest we were like in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So that was pretty much my experience. Just sort of like in this like euphoria of like I'm going to watch it at the end of the week, and like my week was just like super slow, and then like the day came and stuff like that. And we'll talk about everything that led up to it. But Will, what was your
because for me, I wasn't at your soccer game on that Sunday.
Yeah.
Normally I went to watch a few of them over the summer, not that one. So I heard from your girlfriend Alvaro when we were working together on like I think either the Monday or the Tuesday.
Yes.
He was like, "Hey, Alvaro has extra tickets. Do you want to go with them?" I was like, yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
Like, what? So then, so I had like 3-4 days notice for like a big 15-hour day trip. I mean, why would I say no to that?
Yeah.
Went home instantly, told my mom, and she was like, "You're doing what? Sorry?" I was like, "Yeah, going to Toronto, coming back the same day." She's like, "Okay." She looked at me like we were insane. Like, have fun, I guess. She's like, "This is a movie you've already seen as well, right?" I was like, "Yep, saw it opening day." Like, yeah. Going back, don't worry. She thought we were insane.
Yeah.
But
I had so many people, like I told everybody at work when I went to go watch it. And then on the Sunday when I worked, I was telling people, yeah, I just went to like see Oppenheimer 70 mil. And they're like, oh, that must have been really cool. Like, are you thinking of watching the movie again? I'm like, yeah, I'm going back next week on the Friday. And they were like, wait, you're like, what? What are you talking about? I'm like, yeah, I'm going back to Toronto just to watch it. They're like, okay, you're dumb.
You're crazy.
That's
what are you doing, kid?
Yeah.
But, oh man, it's, you did say, you mentioned that I had the tickets and I came up to you with them. Basically on Friday when I saw it originally, I went home and I noticed I didn't get the film strips. Well, I mean, obviously I noticed the day of, but then I realized, there was no film strips. When's the next time there's going to be film strips? And then basically, I think it was IMAX that posted like a Twitter. I don't know if it was Christopher Nolan or IMAX. One of them posted like a Twitter feed that basically said like, oh, find all these in your nearby cineplexes or cinemas that like are featuring the 70 millimeter. And then it said on the Friday, on the Thursday, the first Thursday, then the Friday, and then the next Friday. I was like, okay.
Interesting.
So, interesting. Let me purchase tickets right now. If I don't want them, I'll reimburse them. So I got 4. 4 just in case. I was like, okay, 4, and then I'm gonna find people to come with me. If nobody wants to come, I am stuck with 4 tickets, and I went, and I'll refund the 3. But that was it.
Yeah.
And it was well worth it.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Once in a lifetime experience. Probably never gonna happen again. Probably. I don't know what other movie is gonna come out in 70 millimeter IMAX, but
maybe next Nolan film.
Yeah.
I mean, he loves IMAX.
He's the only one.
I mean, I'll be right back.
Yeah,
I'll
we're
do the trip
going.
again. Yeah,
For sure.
that was nuts.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I want to give some more. This is a different episode than from what we do usually. So this is more of like a story time leading up to the release of Oppenheimer here on the 21st of November. I just wanted to fill in some of the details here because it really was a crazy experience. Like I don't think we're doing justice to it. So I'll explain the night before we left just a little bit.
Yes.
So it was 2 of our friends' birthdays, or one of them, but anyways, it doesn't matter. Details are, that doesn't really matter. The point is we were out the night before.
We had a party.
We had a party. And I mean, like, it was sort of just like that sort of like, we're just sitting there. We're all, like, not many people knew we were doing it. And, like, people at the party were kind of like, we kind of came up oddly in scenarios and stuff like that, and then like it kind of got around, and like people were just like, what are you doing, like why are you going? And it's just like, because I want to watch it. And at that point I had watched it twice already, so it would have been my 3rd time seeing it. And like,
this was my second. The trip was my 2nd time seeing it.
Okay, and then that would have been your second as well. Yeah. So I was like already like,
that's true. You saw it 3 times in 1 week.
I saw it 3 times in 1 week. So I saw it release day, was it Thursday or the Friday? I think I saw it the Friday because I was working
Yeah,
the
because
Thursday.
I saw it the Thursday.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
I remember seeing you. Yeah, so I worked, and then I saw it Friday, and then I came back Tuesday and watched it again, and then I went to Toronto to watch it as well. And I saw it in, like, interestingly, we're talking about like 70 millimeter and like all the different formats. So like I told you guys earlier, I saw it in one of the nicer theaters, and then I saw it in one of the bigger theaters, but not the same quality or by any means, just a regular screen, and there wasn't anything special about it. And then we went and saw the 70 millimeter. So I pretty much saw it in like 3 different like formats in a sense. So it was a really weird experience. And then, yeah, like when you see it in the 70, you're just like, I don't want to watch anything else ever again.
Yeah.
Like I was scared to watch it again out of
Same.
70.
I remember, yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
I was terrified,
The
but I
whole
went
drive
back like
back.
maybe 3-4 days later to watch it again. I was like, yeah, I'll give it like maybe a week or 2. Like a couple days later, I was right back in the theater to
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the sheer size of the screen in 70 millimeter is insane. Like it's so hard to put into context, but it's just like a giant square.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
And like the fact that all of it gets filled
oh
is
yeah,
what's crazy to me.
no black bars.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nowhere.
Unless purposely done, but yeah.
Unless
like,
purposely
Yeah,
done.
yeah, of course,
yeah.
of course.
But yeah, just for like context, like really, if you don't, I guess the digital IMAX version of it is a way to experience it, and it's not. It's
Well, it's still good.
it's still
still
good.
good. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, no doubt. Like if you have the option between like a regular showing or like
Do
the
it.
IMAX version of it, like
Yeah.
definitely go see the IMAX
IMAX.
version of it. But there's just something about like knowing that it's coming through like a legit film. Like just it's insane to think about, and the quality is. At least from what I remember, because our seats were very interesting.
we were pretty close.
We were pretty
Yeah,
close.
we were like
yeah.
what 4 or 5 seats from the front.
From
I
the
think?
front, yeah.
Yeah.
And just so anybody, again, for context here, when it's the IMAX theater, they obviously cut it off at some point because you can't be like that close to the screen because then
Yeah.
you'll literally be staring like straight up in the
Yeah,
air because
yeah.
it's that big. So it's maybe, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think in terms of like distance for us? I don't know.
Uh,
I would say maybe it's like
15 meters,
about
Okay.
15,
Yeah.
20
Yeah.
max.
Something like that,
no,
yeah.
no way it was more than 20
Yeah,
meters
no,
away from the
no,
screen.
yeah, no.
I mean, I was definitely like noticing a little bit of like turning the head to like
Oh,
see certain
yeah,
parts
yeah,
of
of
the
course,
screen
of
and stuff
course.
like that.
Especially like,
So, like-
the giant explosion. We're not going to talk about the movie like in detail yet. That's
Yeah.
going to be the next
Yeah.
episode.
Mhm.
But like just the explosion scene, I was like literally moving my head
Oh yeah,
everywhere, just taking it all
Yeah.
in.
yeah,
Every
100%.
little square inch. Just, whoa. Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember just literally as soon as we sat down, we were all just holding our reels. We were just like,
Looking down at
wait,
them.
this is
That's
it.
right.
We're here.
Yeah.
We made it.
yes, yeah. It was, but yeah, jumping back a little bit to the
Yeah.
night before, just we're out and people knew we were going, so we ended up leaving like pretty late, like 1:30 in the morning or so, 2 or so,
That's not bad.
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So it wasn't that bad, but listen, we all took the right precautions before we left because it's a big drive, right? So, but still, like we slept 4 hours, and-
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe 4
yeah. I
hours.
mean, yeah. So it was an interesting night, and yeah, I just woke up and left pretty
Straight
much
away.
Yeah.
immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was. I remember the first couple hours, like oddly, you fell asleep, rightfully so. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, for a bit.
I remember
Yeah.
waking up and then being like, "Did you sleep?" And you're like, "Nope." And like that was, yeah, that was on me. That's my my bad. I forgot. Just, I mean, it doesn't really matter for context, but like just like. My bad. Sorry. Like
All good, all good.
I genuinely do kind of feel bad about that. But anyways. But yeah, just like waking up and then knowing that that's what we were gonna do was insane. And for me, it felt especially kind of like out of the norm for me, just because I was leaving the next day to go on vacation, and I was
true.
waking up at the same time at 6 a.m. to leave.
Yeah.
So I did like so much traveling in the span of 2 days. It was insane. I felt very much like
True, because your trip was also a road trip,
my
right?
trip was a road trip as well. So
Like,
it was also like 6 hours as well. So it was like the
my
same
God.
amount of time. So I did it twice, and I was like, God damn. But
Yeah.
that morning, I don't know. I don't even know what time you woke up at, to be honest. I
I don't remember, honestly. I think, so we all slept here, right?
Yeah.
At your place. I think we got here like between 1:30 and 2 a.m.
Yeah, about
Yeah.
that time.
And we left at like 6:15 a.m.
we
Yeah.
left pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
We didn't even hesitate.
No,
Yeah.
no. Like I
Yeah.
remember waking up putting my shoes on and getting out of the door. It was like, go.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe 3 hours. I don't know how much I actually slept. Not a lot, that's for sure.
All I know is when I woke up, you guys were already up. Like
Oh,
I woke
yeah.
up, I
Yep.
left the bedroom, and I was like, "Oh, hey guys, you guys ready to go?" And then you guys were like,
Yep.
"Yeah, waiting for you." I was like, "Okay,
Yeah,
let's
we
go."
were. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I technically like. Yeah, assuming Will actually slept a little bit. I was like,
I
the
definitely
first
did,
up,
but like not a lot.
yeah, no, yeah, for sure. But yeah, like I remember like. Alvaro was just like, yeah, if I don't wake up, just come like slam on the door. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, no problem. And I'm pretty sure I did that. I just came over and I went, boof, boof, wake up.
I don't remember. I think you might have done
No,
that. and
I
just
actually
woke
did.
up
I was like,
and
okay, I was pretty gentle with it. I was just like, like little like light taps first,
Yeah.
because I didn't want to like abrupt you, because like that would suck to wake up like really groggy.
I'm a deep sleeper, so
No,
like,
I know that's what you told me the night
Yeah.
before. So I was like, okay, like do I have to really like like destroy the door and like get up, let's go.
I want to see the movie.
Yeah,
man.
but I thought like there's so much to talk about in the trip alone, because it
Yeah.
was like we did so much, because
was
it's
surreal.
6 hours. Legitimately, the traveling was more than the actual movie, right?
Yeah.
And like
We were in a car for 12 hours that
yeah,
day.
Yeah.
exactly. And a
Like-
lot of people were like, oh. Prior to leaving, they're just like, "Wait, that's so much traveling," and I'm like, as like the, as everybody says, it's the journey, not the destination.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
that's what it was. Because
Yeah,
like,
it was,
like,
yeah.
fun fact, guys, that trip inspired very much what we are doing
Yeah,
right now for the
yeah.
podcast. It brought up just the conversation of it, and then that's where we're at.
Yeah.
Alvaro brought it up.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about it?
It was pretty much like, okay, so we're driving for 6 hours, and for 6 hours, we're talking about this movie. We're talking about Oppenheimer for 6 hours straight. And we're all just like
Yeah.
having so much fun, literally talking about nothing other than pretty much Oppenheimer and having an amazing time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was pretty easy. Like when we were like talking about the podcast, like, okay, let's
We know we can have a conversation.
yeah,
for a
we
while
know we
on
can have
movies,
a
like,
good
yeah.
conversation about movies because we all love them, and we can. It's fun, and like for 6 hours there and 6 hours back, kind of like review. I guess like not reviewing, but like analyzing all the stuff that we found and we enjoyed. It was just. It was
Shitting on people on Letterboxd.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
was
that
fun.
was
That was mostly Alex.
That was
who
me.
reading out loud.
It was okay. So like it was at the point of the night, because we were
It was night by
returning,
then, yeah.
where
Yeah.
I was kind of like, okay, like just to make sure everybody's still kind of like, like we're all tired, but like let's just like try to like keep everybody
going.
keep
Yeah.
it going. Make sure we're all not. And it was more. I mean, Alvaro, you would have used your best judgment, no doubt. Like you would have just pulled the side of the road if you wanted
Yeah.
to,
Yeah.
like no doubt. And we had some pretty hard rain at one point too.
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
towards the end.
Yeah, towards the end
that
of
was
it.
It was like,
crazy.
we had like maybe an hour left to the drive.
Yeah.
And it just started.
Oh well, we got
Pissing.
stuck for a bit because my
Yeah.
god. So
Yo.
well, yeah. So
This is
should
all
I
over the
say it
place.
now, or should
Yeah.
we continue like in order of the trip?
I think we keep going in order.
Yeah,
We'll
keep
get
going
back
because
to it.
we're
We'll
jumping
remember.
so
We're jumping
far.
way too much now.
Okay.
So yeah, we stopped a couple. We didn't stop that much. Speaking of like the trip to the cinema,
We
jumped
stopped once.
twice,
Twice?
technically twice because we
twice.
stopped
to
once,
get gas
yes.
and then to get
Right.
coffee.
Right. Yes.
and
That's
then
it.
we even when we stopped the second time, we were like an hour or less away. Like
Oh,
we
yeah,
were
yeah, yeah,
very,
yeah.
we made
Yeah.
a lot of progress.
We
Really
just
fast.
needed gas.
Yeah.
That's literally all it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we were there 30-40 minutes before the movie. Like,
Yeah,
we
I
were
remember
there
we got some
with
food and then we
Yeah.
were just sitting down. We were
that
like,
food was that food was not
Whatever.
Questionable. but-
as you may know, as if you listened before previously in other episodes, we've all worked at the cinema before, and some of us still do, Will and I, and we make the food that we had at the theater, but it was a completely different territory in a completely different area, and it was a super nice. It was a Cineplex, if anybody's wondering, and it was
Way
super nice,
bigger than ours.
way bigger,
Way,
two,
yeah.
2 times bigger, easily.
Yeah,
And
easily, yeah.
it was extremely nice, and I was super jealous of all like the nice displays that they had and stuff like that, and like the ease of
Yeah,
access. But anyways, but the point is that like they made us. I had a poutine. You had a poutine as well.
I had to put in with
Me
pulled
too.
pork.
And you had
yeah.
one too?
I just had a regular percent, no pulled
Yeah.
pork.
yeah, I had a regular one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it messed me up.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, the
Me
stomach was.
too.
I'm not gonna lie, I was really holding back, and I was like, "There's no way I'm going to the bathroom in the middle of this like 70mm experience. There's no way I'm leaving.
No.
Like I'm staying. I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
whatever happens, happens."
I remember I think I told you after the movie where I was watching the movie and I was just like farting like silently, and I was just like, I wonder if they can smell it right now, but I'm too much into the movie, but like I don't want to go. But like I said it afterwards because I didn't want to ruin the experience.
I mean, I knew, but like
Yeah,
I also
there you
made
go,
sure
okay.
I was doing stuff too, so it's okay. Like, 'cause,
There you
like
go.
Yeah, yeah.
no, like I was fighting demons there. Like that was an experience. Didn't ruin it at all, actually. So like
That's good.
Nah.
Oh man,
But
That was funny.
Yeah. Well, speaking of like now that we're at the point of where we're actually at the theater and we're as we were like getting there and we were sitting down and everything. I mean, and we made sure that they had the reels.
Yeah.
That's the first thing we did.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, they don't have it. Turn around, go home.
Oh boy.
Straight away.
Yeah, just go.
Oh man.
But yeah, we made sure we had them. That
Yeah.
they had them. They said yes.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So we're already made it like a good part of the trip. Like
Just that was enough to be like, okay, you know what?
That was worth it. Yeah.
Limited
That's it.
edition reels. We have them.
Yeah.
because
whatever.
honestly, for me, like in the back of my head, I was thinking like, there's a chance that that something goes wrong because there was a lot of reports at the time that like the reels weren't going
Yeah.
properly, overheating and stuff like that. All
Yeah.
these different issues in the machine, and so like I was kind of like, I was like, okay, you know what? Like again, like it's the journey, not the destination. Like it was a lot of fun to come here regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It would have been a whole different story. That's all it
Yeah.
is.
100%. I mean,
yeah.
we still would be talking about it today
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
sure. Would have been a different outcome. Just keep listening, guys. It gets better. It gets a lot
Yes.
better. Yeah, like the fact that we got the reels, I was just like, good. That's
Yeah.
like,
Just that
that's
was
it.
enough.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember
that's enough,
even
yeah.
like I was looking on social media and the day before, I think it was the day before we went or like the week before we went, that same theater was having problems with their film reels. I think I sent it to you guys, or I think I took a picture or something.
did, yeah.
There was like a power outage or something, where like,
Yeah.
they stopped
Yes,
working,
that's right, yeah.
and everybody was like complaining, and everybody was like, "Yo, but it's like the 70mm, like what's going on?"
Yeah.
And I remember I had that worry in the back of my head, and then we were also talking about like, okay, are we getting the film strips, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But there's more stuff.
Anxiety going into it, but
Yeah.
definitely paid off.
Oh,
Yeah.
it did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
The
yeah.
second we got those reels, sitting down in the theater after,
Yeah.
we were just staring at them for like 5 minutes straight,
Yeah.
not saying a word. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
I remember.
Holding it up to the light, you know. Like,
Yeah, we were literally sitting like eating our food, and then I remember like seeing people stand up and trying to be like, "Hey, can we get the reels? Like, what's going on?" And they were like, "No, like you're gonna have to like
Yeah.
get them when you're going in the theater." And then as soon as we saw people lining up, we just
got
kind of
up
like
instantly.
grabbed our food. We're like, "Okay, we're done. Okay, let's
Yeah.
go." We just lined up right away. One of the first couple people, I guess,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I think
We
there was
were
like a
very
couple
much-
in front of us, and
Yeah.
it was us. That was
Yeah,
it.
Yeah, we
something
were
like that.
very close. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we kind of got scared that maybe like there was a limited amount
Yeah.
for some reason.
Yeah,
which
but
is
they-
always a
he did
possibility.
say-
Possible.
I remember, I think he did say,
have,
well, I
yeah.
overheard like at the end after the movie where he was like, "Oh, I don't know if we'll have enough for the
Yeah.
next showing." Because the next
The-
showing, there was like
yeah.
300 or 200
That's
people that were going to be in there,
right,
and
yeah.
they didn't have enough.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that was the first one of the day, or maybe the
Uh,
second
It was
one of the
it was
day.
2 p.m.
It was to be, I think
So,
it was the
Could have
first
been
one.
the
of
first
day.
one,
I
honestly.
think it
yeah.
was. Yeah,
'Cause,
yeah.
Why would you throw 70mm earlier than 2?
There's no way
Yeah.
there was one at like 10 a.m.
No, exactly.
Yeah, I
No,
really
it
don't
just
think
doesn't
so.
make
Because the
sense.
movie's 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it was the first showing. There was
Yeah.
at 2, there was like at 6, and then there was
6,
like
yeah.
at 10 or something like
Yeah.
that. I think that's what it was, but
Makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad for the people who might not have gotten it. That
Yeah.
would be really,
Especially if they were
disappointing.
lined up, seeing people get it, and then they get there and like, sorry, we're out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Mm.
I would be
That's rough.
extremely
That would've
hurt.
hurt.
Yeah.
That would have sucked.
Oh.
Yeah.
But
Because like, although yes, watching 7mm IMAX is an experience, getting the reel was also like a big motivation for us
Yeah.
to go.
huge motivation.
Yeah.
We really wanted them.
Yeah. I mean, I really just kept telling myself, I was like, it doesn't matter if I don't get it. Come in here 70mm, like that'd be sick on
yeah,
its own.
yeah.
Like whatever, it doesn't matter. Just kept convincing myself, and then when we got them, I was like, all right,
All right, let's go home.
this is good. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a success. But for me, like once we got in there, the movie actually started. And interestingly, if anybody knows already, for film reels, there's no advertising or anything prior to it, so it just starts.
Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And that was really cool to experience too. Just like start from the get go, like no hesitation, get right into it, which I really liked, because I find sometimes ads take you a bit out of it, and you're not really paying attention.
I'd rather
and-
see a black screen for like 10 minutes after my showtime.
Yeah.
And then start straight away than get like 20 minutes of ads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
I don't care. I don't watch trailers as well. Like, and you
Yeah,
guys
that's
know this.
right.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
watch any trailer for movies I want to
So
watch
you have to
because
show
I
up
find they
extra
ruin.
late.
Normally I bring headphones and like I blast music or like I'm looking down on my phone the whole time.
Just don't even.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smart.
So to me, it's much better. I'll stare at a black screen for 10 minutes and then let the movie start gladly.
Good stuff. So yeah, Will,
pretty fun.
once the movie actually started and we got into like the first couple of scenes, like we won't dive into the details of it, but just like what was your like initial what was your first thoughts?
Yeah.
There was no thoughts. That's the thing. It was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Like, because obviously you'd seen the movie before. It's like, knew at the beginning what it was about. So I was like, the first 10 minutes maybe, I was literally just moving my head around the whole screen, just like taking in how big it is exactly. It's like, wow. It's like, obviously we have an AVX theater at ours, which like,
It
big
looks
screen.
Good. Yeah.
But like a giant square, you never see that. It was, I don't, no thoughts. Yeah, no, I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, for me, because it was my second time
You had
watching
already seen it.
But my first time was like all the way in the back. I didn't get the proper sound for it. So
That's
like
the
I
thing.
didn't get like the boomingness or like the proper like clarity on the voices, you know, and stuff like that in the dialogue.
Yeah.
So like, I mean, yes, I understood everything, but like it was not like the best audio.
Crisp. It
Yeah, it
wasn't-
was
yeah.
not crisp. But then that second time,
The audio.
oh my
was
god, all the like
amazing.
all the speakers were facing basically the middle, towards the middle where we were at, and so good. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
yeah.
really good.
Oh my god, the
Really,
dialogue
really good.
and then just literally just the size of it, just the sheer size. What
Yep.
it makes it so good. You could literally see like Cillian Murphy's pores.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
see everything because it's what is it like 16K I think it is or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. Yeah.
So it's way higher than any digital format can even. No, like there's no
it can't
digital.
compete.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
impossible.
No.
I mean, it's possible technically, but
Sure.
like you're talking like terabytes of storage.
100%.
Easily. Yeah, so it's fascinating to see it like that, and yeah, I mean, same as you, Will. Like, I really didn't have like an initial like, damn, like this is crazy. Like, what am I watching?
It was
Like,
literally
I'm-
just quiet up here. It's like,
Yeah, just like
Yeah.
admiring. Yeah, and I was doing
Yeah.
a lot of looking around and trying to like watch like I was staring into corners of the screen that I like would never look at, but I just wanted to see like what it would,
Yeah.
because like the technical aspect I was very interested
the
in.
fact that
Like,
it's an actual film reel
Yeah.
showing it.
I just like I
is-
wanted to
whoa.
see like what the big difference was, because like part of me was also scared that like I wouldn't be able to like tell that difference. I was like, oh no, if like that would suck if I really can't tell, right? So I pride myself in like the ability to see those differences, and obviously I was able to, but I find it like explaining it to people. I don't know if
It's
you
so
guys
hard.
have
It's
it's
hard.
really
It's so
difficult,
hard.
right?
So
You just have to say
hard.
you have to go see it. You
Yeah.
just have to watch it.
Yeah.
Because my parents were asking me like, why are you doing this? And I
Yeah.
was like, well, you know, it's 70 millimeter. It's how it was filmed, meant to be seen. They're like, okay, but what's different?
Yeah.
You're just
You know, like the screen's bigger, and like I didn't know how to actually explain it to them, and they were just looking at me like, okay, you're stupid. Like whatever, have fun, I guess. Like
Yeah. For me, it was the same thing. I was talking to like my coworkers, my parents, and I was like, it's the way the director wanted it to
Like,
be
it's-
seen.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say.
how cool is that
Yeah.
you could literally say I went to see this movie the way it was meant to be made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's fun because like I have never seen, at least in memory, I don't know. There like a lot of big projects come out and like Avatar or whatever and stuff like that. They come out and they're like, yeah, go see it in IMAX and stuff like that. But like this is the first time that I can recall that like a film was just like, yeah, you have to see it in like 70 millimeter. And if you don't see it in that, you failed. Like everybody was saying that.
Yeah.
Everybody. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I like guess we have to go see it. I honestly, Alvaro, if you had not bought tickets and were like willing to go back, I don't think I would have ever made the trip. I
No.
would never have gone.
no,
Let's go.
entirely thanks to you, because same.
Yeah.
Yeah, never would have
Yeah.
done that trip. Definitely not on my own.
No, like
Yeah.
I
And
like
none of my friends would have followed me. Like other than you guys, like they would have looked
Right?
at me like, really? You want to drive 6 hours to watch a movie, then drive back? And I was like, yeah, come on, guys. They were like,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah, like I remember I told my brother, I was like, yo, I got a 4th ticket. You want to come? He's like, nah, I don't want to go again. I already went. Why am I going again? Because he'd just gone with me like the week before.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to go. Like, no. Yeah, but like I said initially, it's crazy when you're experiencing with somebody that actually appreciates and wants to talk about all these kind of things on movies. The whole trip, the whole ride there and back was talking about movies and something that we were all so excited to watch, right? Like my guys, if you're watching the first time we went, I'm not saying it was not fun. It was amazing. It was incredible, but we didn't talk about the movie. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, but like the second trip that we had, we talked about the movie and the whole experience before, the whole experience afterwards. I remember very clearly before the movie, we were talking about like the bomb difference.
Oh, yeah.
I remember that one point so clearly. I don't know why. It's like we were just talking about the sheer size of the bombs and like the bombs they created afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm so glad that I got those tickets. Next time there's another 70 million at Toronto, we're going again.
Yes.
100%.
I don't really care what the movie is,
Yeah.
honestly.
I just
Yeah.
want
It
to
doesn't
see
have
it.
to be Nolan, doesn't have to be
Yeah.
anyone big.
Yeah.
I'll go back.
70
yeah.
mil.
That's why not?
Yeah.
It's such an experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, I sorry, I had something up here in the head to mention, and then it just skipped a beat when you brought up the explosion. But yeah, we'll dive very much into all the details of the movie. We're very huge fans of it. I'll bring it back just a little bit earlier as just to give more detail about this incredible experience. But just prior to this trip, even like we're talking maybe even a year before the movie was released, I just want to bring up it because we talk a lot of this experience, and the reason we're doing this podcast is a lot off of all the inspiration and work of Alvaro bringing us to buying the tickets. We go watch it, and then he comes up like, let's do a podcast, and we're all just like, oh, okay.
Sure.
Fun, let's go.
Why not?
So like I just wanted to bring it back because at the time you worked at the theater with us, and you were very big. I remember I just talking about this with somebody the other day. The Oppenheimer posters. The day we got them, which we usually get them a couple of weeks, sometimes months prior to the movie being released. We got these ones, I believe, a couple of months prior. We got them pretty early.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I remember I was in the break room at work, and you peered your head around the corner. You just went, "Guess what we got?" And like, it immediately clicked. And you're just like, "Yeah, your name, my name, down. We have it. Like we're first in line." I'm like, "Okay, like good."
Let's go.
But I just wanted to bring it up because like I've never actually asked you this. Like, what particularly like about this movie? Like, why? I don't know. You just seemed obsessed with it. Like
From the
minute
very start.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I have to shout out Connor right now because he was the first person that told me about it. I was the first person that heard, like I heard it from him first. Basically, Connor, good friend of ours, worked at the cinema as well. And at the time, I was basically just working with him, and he's like, "Oh, hey, did you hear there's this movie that is coming out with a crazy cast?" And I was like, "What cast? What are you talking about?" He's like, "Oppenheimer." I was like, what cast are you talking about? Yeah, I searched it up and I saw the cast and I was like, okay.
A-list. Like,
yeah, I was like, no way they're making a movie with all these actors and it's not going to be amazing.
Yeah.
I was like, it has to be like a different level of a movie.
No.
And I guess I'll say like Christopher Nolan's my favorite director. And before Oppenheimer, I'd like watched pretty much almost all of his movies except for I think The Following at that point and Insomnia. And I was like, okay, he's my favorite director. If he's making a new movie, I have to see it. Like day of, I'm obsessed with it. I already love it. Like before it's even out, it was nuts. And like as like manager access, I guess that I had. As soon as the first trailer dropped, I like after closing and stuff like that, literally went up to projection, like just put it up on the projector, and I was like, wow.
I got a few people that was working that night, like, hey, do you guys want to go watch the Oppenheimer trailer?
Come watch the Oppenheimer trailer.
I remember you asked me, and I was like, nope.
Yeah, because you don't watch trailers.
Stands by his no trailer.
Nope.
I respect that. I mean, to be fair, like the first trailers were like they're not like.
Well, it's teaser more than anything.
Yeah, they
they're
were
teasers,
teaser.
right?
Yeah, I remember there was an IMAX trailer that I really wanted to see, but I
Yeah.
never got to see it because it was like it was specifically only for I think Avatar or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. And
right.
I was so pissed because I wanted to go see it, but it was only in like a couple IMAX theaters or something. I don't remember what was going on, and somebody posted it like a video of it, and then got taken down, and I was going crazy.
No, they were good at like keeping it under wraps.
They
They
were
were really good with that.
It was amazing, really, really well done. Like I mean, the whole suspense of it. I mean, like everybody knows what it's about. It's a historical event, but the whole just making of it is what I think really got so many people to want to come watch it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like average moviegoers and even like cinephiles like ourselves, basically like heard 70 millimeter, original format, Christopher Nolan, okay,
I'm there.
I'm there.
Yeah.
Like it's like we're all there.
Yeah.
And it was so crazy because like us, there's so many people who drove hundreds of kilometers like just to watch it in that like the original format. And it's so crazy to think that like theaters aren't dead. They're not dead
No,
whatsoever.
that's it.
Especially with something like this. You know, people want to see stuff in its original content. People want to appreciate the actual art and everything that goes into making these movies. There's so many actors, so many people behind the scenes, so many different kind of like visual effects that are so crazy for this movie that you just have to see it in its best format. I was like, I was just obsessing over it.
Yeah.
Like every single kind of fun fact that just came out, I was just more and more obsessed. And as soon as I found out, okay, 70 millimeter IMAX, it's happening, I was like, tickets bought right here, right away. It was that I guess that's kind of where my obsession came from. I guess I don't know. Just seeing the cast list, seeing all the fun facts that came out about it.
Yeah.
It just became like an obsession.
It was also the cast for me as well.
Yeah.
Like obviously Nolan's also, I'll say it, my favorite director as
Yeah,
well, probably.
let's go.
And then I saw the cast come out, and I was like, "Whoa!
Yeah.
Like you have to go see this. All the A-list actors working together."
Mm-hmm.
And I remember seeing something. Obviously, Barbie also has
Yeah.
its
Yeah.
fair share of good
Yes,
actors.
yes.
And it was like if you go watch Barbie, Oppenheimer, and there was another movie playing that weekend that had like a lot of actors in it. It was like you're seeing like 90% of
The Wes
Hollywood.
Anderson movie.
Oh yeah, I think it's Wes Anderson.
Asteroid City.
Asteroid City. Yeah.
It was like if you go watch those 3 movies in like one weekend, you see like 90% of Hollywood. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, why not? I'll do it.
I think I almost did that actually. Not in the same weekend, but I think I watched Asteroid City like the week before. Or something.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that's.
It was a really fun,
Yeah, it
fun
was-
time.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
whole Barbenheimer event leading up to it was
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Do you guys want to talk about after the movie?
Yeah.
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 All right.
All right.
I'm so excited. I'm like a little kid.
I'll start it, and then you'll know when you'll add your
Yeah.
piece.
Okay,
So
let's
this
go.
is from Will and I's perspective of this, and because it's okay. So we watched the movie, and we leave the theater, and as we were leaving, they still had extra reels that they were handing out, and we were kind of like, "Ooh, should we get like an extra one? Like, say we didn't get one, sort of like."
Did
you
have
know,
the 4th ticket technically.
technically
Yeah.
we could have gotten one more, but we were kind of like we weren't sure. Anyways, we ended up not getting extras. It would have been for people we know and stuff like that. Obviously, we wouldn't resell it.
Connor, who didn't come with us.
Yes, Connor, if you're watching. So we ended up not grabbing those, and then as we were leaving, we kind of hesitated to leave immediately because we saw a guy with like an IMAX like branded T-shirt, and we were like, "Oh, do you think that's like the guy for IMAX, or like somebody who works here who can
The guy.
the guy
The
who
guy,
could take us to see the actual reel?" Because like, could you imagine?
Yeah.
And so a good thing we brought up the whole Alvaro as a manager at a theater thing, because it's very important to this part of the story. You had just left not long, so you still had a login to your account and stuff like that.
Yeah.
No longer, unfortunately. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
So you were able to just show that you worked or were currently working still.
Yeah.
I didn't
As a
know.
manager.
As a
a ma-
manager.
yeah,
Sorry
yeah.
if you're watching this, my friend from
Yeah.
IMAX, but you were super nice.
You're incredibly
The
nice.
lie was only partially untrue. We
Yes,
actually, some of
did
us still
work.
worked there. So,
Yeah.
know like about it. And, yeah,
but
anyways,
no,
yes.
you were awesome.
Yes.
It kind of jumps into the spoiler a little bit there. But what did you say to him? Because Will and I stayed
We stood
away.
back. We stood
stood
back.
not to
Yeah.
pressure him.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
what did you say?
So I first up went up to the manager, and I was like, "Hey, by the way, I work at like a theater in Quebec, and I drove all the way here just to see it in this format with my 2 buddies. Do you think there's a chance, as like somebody who has access to projectors and like being a projectionist in Quebec, to see the film reel?" And he's like, "Listen, I have like no time right now. I'm like really, really busy." He's like, "But if there's somebody that's going to bring you up, it's going to be this guy with the IMAX shirt." I was like, "Oh, okay,
Cool.
let me go fucking ask him." So I think kind of like he introduced and he kind of talked to him, and then he kind of like approached right after, and he was like, hey, so like, what can I do for you? He was super nice. And I was like, hey, so I was kind of like explaining to your manager that I'm also a manager over in Quebec. I basically have access to like projections and stuff like that, and we drove all the way from over there just to see it in this format. Do you think by any chance like you could let us go up and see the the projector?
It's so stupid, thinking back about it.
I mean, listen, it's like, why would you say no?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
Before you walked up to him, we were like, give it a try. Who knows? It might work. Probably not, but worth a try, right? We're like nudging him, like, yeah, go.
Yeah, and then after he's like, yeah, I got some time, and then he kind of just like elbowed me and kind of like, yeah, come on this way. I kind of just looked at you guys. Was
Like, before he changes his mind,
let's go, guys, come closer. We like just went up the elevator and yeah. Okay, somebody else jump in because I'm too excited.
Will describe this.
Yes.
But I just want to say something really
boy.
funny before we jump into that. As we were separated, because we were kind of like at a distance, right? And we're kind of trying to gauge by body language and a bit of like,
we had
couldn't
no
hear you.
idea what was
So
happening.
we had no idea. And like we started to get the idea like, oh, it's going to happen. Funny thing is, there was actually two people that were near us and they also lingered. And I was, in my back of my head, I was just like, yeah, you're not part of the group. You're not coming up. But no, but the funny thing they said, they were like, oh, you're trying to get an actual piece of the reel. And I was like, yeah, totally. I'm gonna cut off like
now that you say it,
like I'm gonna cut off half the movie.
Like,
Just the
bro.
ending. Like I'm just gonna cut it out.
Have so many fucking screenings to do.
the last shot.
Yeah, the last
Cillian
like
Murphy.
the best shot of the cut it.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so once we got up there, Will.
Yeah, so we get out of the elevator, and it's like straight right in front of the projectors, the massive IMAX projectors. Look to our left, and what's waiting for us? The giant. How long is it? Like unrolled? I forget.
I remember this.
600.
Yeah, I only remember
No,
it in
600
like,
pounds.
It's like it's like
Yeah.
200 or 300 pounds. But
It's a massive wheel.
I know it in
Yeah.
yards. I think.
Isn't it like kilometers
No,
long?
I remember. Yes, I know it in
Yes,
kilometers.
yes,
It's
yes.
like 12.
I'm searching it
No,
up right
no,
now.
it's like
Something-
11 It's not that high. It's like 11-ish kilometers or something. It's
Not
ridiculous.
that high,
Okay,
11
sorry.
kilometers.
It's not as high as I said it was
Like-
gonna be, but yeah, no, it's like
11 miles long.
11
11
miles.
miles. Okay,
Boom.
sorry.
600 pounds, 11 miles long.
600
Yeah.
pounds.
So it's just waiting right there for us on the big like IMAX film reel play. And the guy's like, you just scatter like, yeah, there it is. That's the projector, He was so nonchalant about it. And we're just
Right?
there like looking at it like, whoa, guys, like this is it. Like this is the movie. It was surreal. Like the orange border.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Which, you remember what he said about the orange border?
Well, it's because it's 3 hours long.
Yeah.
Which is the longest IMAX movie made so far.
Yeah.
So they had to make like a bracket to support how big the film reel actually is. And now they can't actually make it bigger.
Yeah.
There will not be a longer movie in IMAX than 3 hours long because they literally just can't support that big of a wheel.
Yeah.
And yeah, the thing that blew my mind was just the guy like, yeah, that's
That's
the
it.
wheel. That's
That's
the
the
wheel.
one.
There's the projector, and there was another guy in the room as well.
Yeah.
Just like walking around doing stuff.
Yeah, he was like cleaning out the,
Yeah.
I guess wherever it slots through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming preparing for the next
Yeah,
showing.
for
Yeah.
sure. Like they need downtime to fix all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a surreal.
Took some pictures with
moment.
it.
If anybody's watching on YouTube, if you're subscribed, I will be putting different photos and videos and stuff like that we have from it, so you guys can get some more context of what it is. And like funny thing is, like, we have a photo that is up on the screen right now, and it's literally just the three of us standing there in front of this massive circle of just like the entire movie we just watched
Yeah.
is right in front of us. You can like touch it. Like there's no instance where you could just like physically touch something you just consumed like that. It's just a surreal moment. And like I once in a while, like I'll look at that photo and I'll laugh to myself and then like realize that we're doing a podcast now. And I was like, this is like the moment where it was like, yeah, we're gonna do a podcast now.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's on, right? Like, yeah, that's insane. Albert, what were your thoughts when you saw it?
I was jaw dropped. I mean, because I've had access to have the like I was a projectionist and stuff. I would like fix the projectors or whatnot, like set up the movies whenever they were gonna be playing. But then seeing that, completely different.
Yeah.
Completely different. I mean, there's like almost no technology, I guess. It's all just pretty much pulled by like pulleys that we saw like everywhere. It's all just like
Yeah.
He
pulled around.
explained the whole system to us, like, yeah, so it goes here and then gets feed into
Yeah,
there.
yeah, it goes
Just
up and
casually,
down.
there,
there,
there.
He was so nonchalant
He
about
was
everything. It was
no-
blowing him. I was like, bro, do you not realize like
How crazy it is.
what this is to us?
Yeah.
We're not here every day to just see the film reel, you know? Like,
He did. I think he said he was also training people too, right? He
Yeah.
was like sent out to like different
Yeah,
countries
yeah.
and
Yes,
stuff like that
that's
to train
right.
people. That's like
Yeah.
crazy.
he
Just
was
to
appearing
think.
like a top guy.
We got
yeah.
the right guy.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
he was
We really
super
did.
nice.
Yeah, like if you ever somehow come across this, you know who you are. If you remember us,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Honestly, I'm sure there are people in passing that kind of just be like, hey, you know, as like nonchalant as
But
possible.
not,
But
hey,
like,
I'm also a manager.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
there's
no,
no
like-
way that happens.
Yeah.
like our credentials were like right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we 100% appreciate it. I remember like leaving the theater and then we just like we didn't
We burst out laughing.
like we just couldn't
Yeah.
believe the fact that like came all this way, got the film reels, watched the movie
Yeah.
in 70 millimeter, and then not only that, somehow got upstairs and saw the actual reel itself. Like crazy.
Yeah.
I remember the second we like walked out the doors of the movie theater, we just burst out laughing.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell just happened? How did we? How?
Yeah.
It was so crazy.
It's like even thinking about it now, months later, I still cannot
Yeah.
fathom that. Like again,
No.
like all on the like wordplay of the way that you speak to people. I don't know what you do, but
I was
like
nice to him. He was nice back.
that's crazy. Like
Oh my
it's
God.
insane. Everything just like lined up. It like you couldn't have picked a more perfect story from start to finish.
Yeah.
I literally couldn't have told anybody. Would that have convinced other people if we said we were going to be able to see the actual reel itself? Probably
No.
Maybe Connor.
Maybe Connor.
Maybe
Connor.
yeah.
Connor. Like
Yeah.
Connor's
boy.
gonna not watch this
Yeah.
episode.
Oh,
He's just
boy.
gonna refuse to. I'm sorry.
Sorry, buddy.
He'll be on a podcast soon. He's a huge Batman fan. We're gonna watch the Batman at one point, so he'll definitely show up.
That's it.
With us as well. But yeah, I mean, that's just. I mean, like,
It's an experience that I guess that like not everybody can experience. You know, it's we were very, very lucky, super, super grateful, and I mean, just the sheer fact that we were able to get a reel was more than enough.
Yeah.
And then to top it all off, we got to see it. Okay, it was
Wow.
it was
Yeah.
it was journey complete and then some. It was the butter on top of the popcorn.
Yeah,
Yes,
no.
you know. Oh man, it was something I'll tell my kids for sure.
Oh, for
100%.
sure.
100%.
That's literally never gonna happen again.
Yeah.
Think about it. Like,
Yeah. I mean,
No.
hey, next time we go, maybe we'll we'll do the same thing.
hey, I'm a manager.
Oh man.
The same IMAX projectionist guys are like, I remember you.
Yeah,
I
that'd be,
saw your podcast.
you're not allowed in. Oh,
No,
boy.
we're gonna get invited, guys. Come on.
Oh,
Of
hopefully.
course,
That would be
of
super
course.
cool.
Yeah.
I've seen. I mean, there's like early screenings and stuff like that. You know, maybe one day, who knows? We'll get a little invite here. Like, oh, hey, you want to
Oh,
sit in the
that's
back and watch?
That's on my bucket list to go like to a world premiere of something.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be really
That would
cool.
be insane.
Yeah.
But this movie, this experience, couldn't have been like better in any other way. Maybe without the storm while we were driving back.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was honestly, I have to say, like such an incredible changing experience. Because like without that journey, I don't think we would have this podcast. Like we wouldn't have it.
Probably not. No.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because like it's the idea for one was there, but was it gonna come to fruition without the trip? I don't think so. Like the idea was there maybe at one point, but I don't think so. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's just so crazy, and I'm super happy that I was able to do it with you guys. It was so
Yeah,
good. It was so
no.
fun.
It was insane.
Yeah.
I still can't believe it.
Like I'm gonna bring this up again at some point. We're gonna do like 1 year anniversaries of this.
Yeah.
Like for like the end of time.
July
The fact that
21st.
It's been like 3 months now.
Yeah.
Wait, more.
More than that.
Whoa.
4 months, pretty much.
Yeah, it's
Like,
been.
yeah.
Well, coming up on 4 months actually, because it was July.
Yeah, it was
It was
like
July,
the
so
28th.
4 months now?
So yeah,
28th. Yeah. July
We're
28th.
getting there already. Like,
4
that's
months, and we're
insane.
still like talking about it and just like still in awe, just in
Yeah.
still think of it as if it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Like I remember the entire thing, like
Oh yeah.
frame by frame. Like we'll make a short film of it, guys.
Oh, boy, yeah, that'd be fun.
That'd be cool. A
Yeah.
friggin' forgotten popcorn production, guys. That would be fun.
Yeah,
And then to top it off, the drive back was
Yeah.
kind of interesting.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
So the movie ended at like, let's say 5:30.
Yeah, yeah. It was
By
about
the time
that
we were
yeah.
done with the projection and stuff, let's say we left at like 6.
yeah, we left it just before 6.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
thinking like be back at like 12.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so something like that.
So we go to stop for dinner
Yeah.
at this road stop.
Oh my god, I forgot.
Fast food,
Yeah.
right?
Fast
Supposed to be.
food. It was en
fast.
route.
Yeah.
En route. Yes.
And so we order our food. It was A&W, so we got like burgers and
Oh
stuff.
my god.
How long did it
Did we?
take?
I don't remember. It took so long.
I think it was
Like,
over an hour.
It was over
It
an
was-
hour.
It was
Yeah.
over an hour
Yeah.
in line.
For
we were
like
standing there.
4 burgers.
Yeah.
4 or 5 burgers.
And there was, I think, maybe 5 people in front of us.
Yeah, there was like,
it
a
was
slow
like,
day.
what is happening?
Yeah, it was wild.
It was. I remember. I think you ordered on the little
Yeah,
computer thing,
yeah.
but then like the one we tried to use was like broken.
Yeah.
So when we gave up, we're like, oh, we'll just go on the line. There's like 5 people anyways. Yeah, it should be
Yeah.
fine. This guy gets his order and he's just standing on the side.
I
with
got
his
my
bag.
food maybe in like, let's say I got mine in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It was still long.
Yeah,
for
it's
yeah,
long.
yeah,
Like a
yeah,
while,
yeah,
yeah.
I had to wait like, That makes me sound like,
No,
we
yeah.
waited like an extra like 30, 45 minutes
Yeah.
for you guys to get your food
Yeah.
after.
to even just
Oh
like
my
order too.
God.
Yeah, it took us forever
Yeah.
to order.
It was so long. But I mean, we still ended up getting home at like 12ish. So.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
still
yeah.
like we ended up stopping like quite a few hours in already, so
Yeah.
it wasn't like the worst part to
No.
stop. But
Yeah.
like we were hungry and we wanted to eat something, and
Mhm.
like that was not the choice. Whoops, who would have thought? But
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't. I remember. I think I might have made a joke to you. I said, "Oh, we've been here like an hour. We could have like watched the movie." Like,
Yeah,
I remember, yeah.
something like that. I
'Cause
think
there
it
was
said something to
another
that
showing.
effect. Yeah, it's
The worst part is about that is like 2-3 weeks later, me and my girlfriend went to Toronto, just like for like a weekend. And then on our way back, we stopped at that same en route.
No way.
Pure coincidence. We're like, we're hungry. There's an en route here. And
Yeah.
then as I'm pulling in, I'm like, this is the same fucking one. We go to the same A&W. It's the same people working. It took again like 35, 40 minutes for us to get our
Wow.
food.
Dude, you didn't learn from the experience.
Come on.
I noticed like noticed after I was like, wait, this is the same people. Like I recognized the people working. I was like,
Oh my
it's the
God.
same slow people.
Oh
And
my
it took
God.
just as long. I was like,
wow. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
you know, whatever. It is what it is. I mean, it did not deter from the experience.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah.
if
Like,
anything, it just makes it
whatsoever.
funnier.
It just makes it funny. Yeah,
Part
we
of the
just-
experience.
It's like we're dead tired, right? We're on like 4 hours of sleep,
Yeah.
Yeah.
6-hour drive, 3-hour movie,
Mhm.
and then we
We're
have to
probably
wait
like-
like an hour for food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
kind of scared I was gonna like kind of drift off a little bit during the movie, but
I
not
unfortunately did.
You did?
I
Oh
did.
yes,
Yeah, I
I
remember
remember you
you
told
I
us.
said
lost maybe
Yeah.
like 10-ish minutes, 10-15 minutes
Yeah.
at one point.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna sleep too. I told myself, listen, I've seen it in 70 mil. If I need to sleep so I can drive back, I'll probably
Yeah.
sleep. But then I ended up not sleeping at all. I was just like, oh, this is so cool. It's
Yeah,
like-
pretty much.
It's the same as the first.
But
time.
it wasn't bad 'cause I didn't fall asleep like at a very important one. I was like
Yeah.
maybe 20-30 minutes into the movie.
Yep.
So it was like right before it actually like picks
Yeah.
up and ramps
Yeah,
up a
yeah,
lot.
You didn't miss anything.
So like
Yeah.
the second I woke up, it was like, all right, now it's like starting. It was like,
Yes.
perfect. Let's do this.
Yeah.
I was energized.
Yeah.
That's a good way of doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think that's where we'll end it for today. Again, just one of those experiences that we'll always remember.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we'll like frame. Well, we are working on framing the reels, and hopefully, like look how much. If you're watching on YouTube, just look at all the beautiful Oppenheimer memorabilia and vinyls that we have. We'll make a short on the vinyl because it's absolutely
really cool.
absurd.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
ridiculous. So that's Alvaro's. He. I convinced me that I should buy one.
That's all he's trying to.
Yeah, next week we've got Oppenheimer, which will be fun to record, and I hope you guys are excited for it too. It's gonna be a good one.
Yep.
We're gonna have a lot to say. I trust me. This entire time, I'm really fighting saying anything about it.
No, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Like,
It's
gonna
good.
be fun. It's gonna be
a good
fun.
movie.
It's gonna be really, really good.
comes out November 21st.
Yep.
That's a Tuesday.
Yeah, that's the
The
Steelbook.
Tuesday, yeah.
And then that Thursday,
that Thursday.
Our Oppenheimer episode comes out
Yep.
Exactly.
So be prepared. Get ready for it.
November 23rd.
November 23rd. Yeah, be excited. We are, and hopefully you are as well. As always, make sure you check out the Spotify, check out our Instagram, TikTok, and the YouTube if you're already here. That's the best place to watch it. We appreciate you all, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you guys.